Hey, developers, we've got some big news for you today. Tatum now supports Algorand in our ecosystem. So to celebrate this occasion, we've got Michiel Mulders. He's a developer advocate at Algorand, and he's going to give us some insight into the benefits of their blockchain. So how are you doing, Michiel?
Hello, all good. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. So you're a developer yourself, and you've got
Mhm.
quite a background in technical writing, developer advocacy, and marketing. So how did you end up at Algorand?
I actually started my career in like blockchain consulting. In the early days, I was doing a little bit of Solidity, BigchainDB, and Stellar. That was quite fun. There were like the early days, everything was quite bleeding edge technology. And then I found a job at Lisk where I started initially as a backend developer for the blockchain protocol. I rolled into blockchain marketing, and that's how I ended up as a developer advocate at Algorand. Um, Advocacy is like a small mix of marketing, tech, and writing. So it was the perfect combination.
Yeah, you kind of have to be kind of a blockchain renaissance man to do that, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, so you've got quite a background. So what sets Algorand apart from other blockchains?
Well, I first want to actually highlight like the shift that's happening to other layer one protocols, and the main reason here is that Ethereum gas costs are like extremely high, and for the average DeFi user, including me, I was lately like trying to use some of the DeFi stuff, and I was my profits were just eating it. The profits were like eating up by the gas costs. So I was looking for alternatives, and like Solana is booming, Phantom is booming, and also Algorand. And that's why I want to explain you the story, what the properties are of building an Algorand. So the first major property is scalability. We offer like more than 1,000 transactions per second, which is like perfect for like any kind of DeFi applications, gaming, esports industry, and also NFT trading. And then the second property is the block finality. So the block finality on Algorand happens after a single block. So you don't have to wait for like 10 blocks of confirmation with Ethereum or Bitcoin. You can be sure once your transaction is in the block, it's like it's done. And therefore, Algorand is also a forkless chain. So that happens because of the pure proof of stake protocol. And this is important property, for example, for NFTs. Our founder Silvio Michele, he described like an NFT can, in theory, exist on like exist on a fork. So you can't really prove if this happens who was the original owner of the NFT artwork.
Mhm.
And this is like completely avoidable with Algorand. Of course, people can still forge like an NFT on multiple chains. We need a cross-chain police for that. And also like the block finality, like a block gets added to the blockchain every 4.5 seconds. So that's quite a reasonable waiting time, even for DeFi, for your application to just like wait for the confirmation, and you can be sure your transaction has been included. And then lastly, the low transaction cost is a very appealing key property of Algorand. So we charge 0.001 Algorand per transaction, which at the cost of like the last few months, weeks is like $2. It's like 1/5 of a dollar cent. So it's super low. And yeah, just perfect for any kind of exchange, DeFi, gaming opportunities. And other than that, we have smart contract functionality. So we offer, just like Ethereum, basic smart contracting. You can use our language Steel to write any kind of logic that you want to have on the chain. Smart contracts are stateful. You can store both global and local state for users and for the contract itself. And then additionally, we also have like smart signatures. It's more of an escrow account or like a delegated account where you can attach some quick logic, and if the logic returns true, the transaction will be spent. If not, the user that sent the transaction cannot like touch the money in this account. Yeah. And yeah, I think this package of like the 3 key properties and then the smart contracting capabilities are like pretty appealing for projects that are on Ethereum and want to seek for alternatives and want to come to like other layer one protocols.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like a whole bunch of really useful features or properties. So you mentioned, it's good for a variety of applications. What are you seeing being built on it, and is there anything it's particularly well suited for?
Yeah, so I kind of touched upon this already. So the DeFi industry is definitely something we are trying to target. Like the properties are just there to build this ecosystem and to just like take over some of the Ethereum projects.
Sure.
Yeah, and also for NFTs, I think it's like our NFT industry is like booming. We're getting more and more artists coming to Algorand, also because it's just much cheaper to forge your artwork. You're not losing like $20-30 on just the gas fee alone.
Sure.
And that reduces the cost also a bit of NFTs. And also we support like natively fractionalized NFTs. This is like becoming a more popular use case for like NFT investing because it makes it more easy for like the lower end, or like not the lower end, but like the smaller investors to become part of like more expensive artworks. And this is like we have native support for this. So we're also seeing more adoption here. But just in general, it's DeFi, NFTs. We're doing gaming hackathon to try attract this. It's like the more regular scale of applications coming to us.
Sure.
It's like anything.
Awesome. So cool. So unlike Ethereum, Algorand is carbon negative. So how do you achieve this? Yeah. What goes into achieving a carbon negative footprint?
So I should first explain that our chain, like if you compare to other chains like Ethereum, for example, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like 790 kilowatt, I think, and we're using like 0.50 and then 4 kilowatts in total, while running actually 4,000 node validators, which is quite a big number. But the consumption is like really low because of this pure proof of stake protocol. So we have like some kind of secret lottery which elects one user, and there is no mining or anything happening in the background to secure the spot. So the user gets notified that he is elected and has to produce a new block, and that makes it like really low energy. And to further offset it, we use Climate Rate, which is like a carbon credits platform that uses blockchain to increase transparency in the industry. So they help us to like, we buy some of the credits from theirs, which makes us like a carbon negative chain. And in the end, for us, it's like, it's not the most impactful property, but it's a really nice to have property that also can be leveraged by the projects that are building on top of us. They can use this green image.
Sure.
That's also what we like about it. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, there's been a lot of backlash against proof of work blockchains, and it's great that you're making the effort. Yeah. So cool. So now that Algorand is in Tatum, how does Tatum help developers build on Algorand, and what advantages is this going to bring them?
Like we like this integration because it enables developers to like get to market much faster. Like if they want to integrate payment functionality, some atomic transactions functionality, it can be done really quickly, and like speed to market in blockchain is like pretty key, I would say. So it's like one of the main ideas where we want to integrate with Tatum. And other than that, REST APIs are like such a common thing for like anyone can use them. So developers don't have to dive into the really Algorand specifics, although they are not that hard to learn, but it still requires you time to investigate how accounts work, how addresses work, how the funding, minimum balance, and all these things work. And all of this complexity can be initially like avoided. And if they want to dive into this later, it's definitely still possible. So we see it as an easy onboarding ramp into our protocol. And I think it's also like useful for like projects that are building cross-chain stuff, like a cross-chain NFT exchange, just in general, a DEX. All these kind of projects can benefit from like a quick integration with basic payment functionality. And yeah, as I said, if they want to, they can like further dive into smart contracts and like write the payment logic through the Tatum APIs, and any kind of further modifications of smart contracts they need, they can still write besides it and interact with them through the regular SDKs.
Exactly,
so I think it's like quite powerful combination to just speed up things.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's what we're going for, I guess. So cool. And so we're going to be doing some bounty projects to celebrate the integration. So can you tell us more about the bounties you'll be doing?
Yeah, so yeah, we want to incentivize as many new developers to come to Algorand, but also like our existing user base. And besides that, you also have like a huge user base, so it's nice to also incentivize some of the developers to integrate Algorand into the projects. The bounties will mainly be targeted at like solving not small, like easier tasks, like building a wallet, a non-custodial wallet, or building an NFT exchange. So these are tasks that would normally require a little bit more time to code it, but by using Tatum, it's going to be super easy. And that's also why we want to give these challenges to show the people why it is so easy to build it now using Tatum. The bounties will be live probably by the end of the week, or when the video comes out. And yeah, we will be rewarding them with algo tokens to solve some of these challenges.
Cool. Yeah, so to all your developers, check out our bounties. They should be live by the time we publish this, and we'll have a link in the description for all the ones that are open. So cool. And so where can developers learn a little bit more about Algorand?
So the main place to start learning is our developer portal. It's at developer.algorand.org. There you can find the documentation, all the references for the APIs, and also the community blog, where you find a lot of useful tutorials. But the main place where the dev community interacts is our Discord channel. So we have like a community of 15,000, mostly developers in there. There are many specific channels for if you want to have like further assistance with like specific things like the JavaScript SDK deal or PyTeal smart contract development. And yeah, so if you want to have a chat or have questions about the bounties as well, you can reach us on the Gitcoin platform where they will be live, or you can join our Discord channel.
Cool. So, and again, links will be down there in the description. Also, for anything that you need help with on the Tatum side of things, we've got a Discord too, and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. So that link will also be there. So, well, thanks a lot for chatting with us. And I hope this gives all you developers a little bit better of an idea of what you can expect from building on Algorand using Tatum. And yeah, all the links below. Good luck with the bounties if you want to try any of those out, and we'll see you in the future. So thanks again, Michiel.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye-bye.